Okay, let's take a look at example 5. And we are given that a times b is less than 0. Now, what you should take from here is that if a times b is less than 0, then of course ab is a negative number, right? It's a negative number. It's less than 0. That means a is less than 0 or b is less than 0. Both cannot be less than 0. If both of them are less than 0, then you know negative a times negative b will be positive. So one of them has to be less than 0. So I'm going to solve this with the common sense approach. Let's do the common sense approach. So the common sense approach would be to say, oh, let us assume a is equal to, say, minus 2. And then let's take b is equal to 3. Okay, that is the common sense approach. If a is equal to negative 2 and b is equal to 3, that means uh, a over the absolute value of a plus b times the absolute value of b will be equal to a is minus 2. The absolute value of 2 will be equal to positive 2 plus b is our 3 divided by 3. And this becomes negative 1 plus 1, and that will be equal to 0. Beautiful, right? You can also go back and say, well, how about this the other way around? So let's say I come back here and say, no, a is equal to, uh, you know, 2, and then b is equal to negative 3. Then you get the same thing. So a over the absolute, 2 over the absolute value of 2 is 2 plus minus 3 over the absolute value of minus 3 is 3, and that is still equal to 0. So you can see that this is one approach, and that is just by using common sense. Now if you want to go the mathematical way, you can say that, look, if I can take this here, this actually, I have a over the absolute value of a plus b times the absolute value of b. Take the LCM here, that give me absolute value of a times the absolute value of b. And when I cross multiply, this becomes, I get uh, a times the absolute value of b plus b times the absolute value of a. That is what this becomes. So in case 1, if a is less than 0 and b is greater than 0, then this becomes, if a is less than 0, guess what? A is less than 0, then this whole thing becomes negative ab. And if this, and then this becomes positive plus ba over whatever I have here. This is a positive number here, right? So this is the same as 0. So either way, and if you take the other way around, and you have a greater than 0 and b uh, less than 0, you write at the same conclusion. So either way you do this, you end up getting the answer here to be equal to 0. So for a situation like this, you can plug in with your own numbers, or you can actually do the basic algebra way, and that should kind of bring you to the same answer.